Hi, this is Sarah, the Stitchin Mommy, and it's Monday, August 14th, 2023, here for my weekly cross-stitching update. It'll be a little fast today, but that's okay. I only have a few minutes till I have to go pick up my kids, but I was stitching this morning, which I usually don't do, to try to get a finish, and I did, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so here is my temperature piece. This and my Advent animals were still in my bag that I take with me to church, so they weren't here. I had to go get them. Here is this one. Did another 7 sections yesterday. This is on 25 count vintage cloth in the color Prim. Sorry for all the wrinkles. I took this with me on vacation, so I have it in the roll, and then the roll gets flattened when it's in the bag. So yeah, I finished this area right here. It got into the 80s this week, so it cooled down a little bit. Midweek this week, it's supposed to get back up into the low 100s, so probably some more pinks. When we come around here, yeah, still no hot colors, but that's okay. It's nice to not have to live through that. Over 106-degree temperatures, so can't complain too much. Advent animals, I worked on Ethan Elephant in the car while I'm picking up my kids, and here is him, handsome fella. These are 18 count light blue Ada, 2/1 full cross, and I got all of the elephant done, I think, and so I need to do his jacket and the bag he's holding and like the snow around him. Oh yeah, and the band in his hat. So, but I was just on a roll with all the grays and got all of that stuff done, so that's kind of cool. 2 things that the instructions did not say, which is not usual for them, is they didn't address the straight stitches at the end of the tail. So looking at the picture, I just used the same color as the tail to make it easy. And then the other thing they didn't do was, what was it? Oh, the tie. His tie, there's no backstitch instructions for that either, but it looks like it's probably a dark green, and the center dot of his tie is a dark green. So I'm just going to use that to backstitch the tie when I do the dot in his tie. So those are 2 things that for some reason weren't listed on the backstitch instructions. So I'm just kind of going with what the picture looks like and what seems easiest. I showed my Victoria sampler last time. I won't show it again. I haven't worked on it yet. So if I finish Ethan Elephant, I'll use my before picture from last week to go show my before. It's possible I might finish Ethan this week, but I don't know if I'll be able to advance to work on Victoria sampler or not. So I guess we'll see. I did a little bit again on Castle Homecoming Club by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. The first 3 clues are out, and I am still working on clue 1. And I think I'm mostly finished. Not quite, actually. I was thinking about like what I have left. I still have a little bit left to go on clue 1. So this is mine, 18 count, just kidding, 28 count, ice blue Lugana, 1/1, full cross with my own color conversion, just fancy flosses that were very similar to what was called for. I finished the light pink color that's in her mane, in the unicorn's mane, and then through the sky here. And I think that's all I did, actually. There's one more color in the hilt of the sword right here, and then some backstitching in like their eyes and the music notes, and then I think, oh yeah, and there's a star in the banner that's backstitched. So I have a little bit of backstitching to do, and then I'll move on to the big bridge from clue 2. So a little bit, slowly but surely. This one will definitely need to come, like fill in a major slot at some point when some other things get finished. Like travel stitching next year, something like that, because it's not making very quick progress, but that's okay. Let's see. What else do I have? I did manage to finish my gift stitching that I'm doing for my pastor. I won't show it yet because I want to fully finish it into a pillow, which I will probably do in the next couple days. And I'll do a little clip of that when it's finished and put that in next week's video. I'm hoping to give it to him this coming Sunday. I was hoping to do it this Sunday because that's the Sunday he actually preached through that verse, but we were having a potluck for a member in our church who was moving, and I'm like, there's just gonna be too much going on to worry about that. So I'll wait until next week when it's just more of a normal week. Okay, going forward. I filmed on Tuesday, so I did not work anymore on my e-fairy since last time, but I'll be working on it again today. So because I need to save time, I'm gonna wait on that. And I'll use my before from last week for that, but I will work on that again today for a little bit of time. So hopefully we'll see how much I can get done. My main, let's show my butterfly rose cross before I go into my main stitching here. I had a call with Desiree, Topsy-Turvy Crafter. And where is this one? Here it is. And so we worked on our butterfly rose cross pieces. Mine is the mini, hers is the regular. Both of us are removing the background. And we like to work on this when we chit chat every couple weeks or so. So I did 205 stitches. So this is really fun. This is a hand-dyed fabric by Hand Dyeing Duo on Instagram. And it's 28 count 1/1 full cross. You should be able to see, yeah, the fabric color is actually coming out pretty nice. It's slightly warmer than you're seeing, but pretty good. I was doing dark, I think it's 3371, really dark brown. So you should be able to see a difference because dark colors tend to show make it more obvious what you've done. So that's fun. It's always fun to pull that out and get a little bit more progress, since normally I might not pull it out that often since I have too many things going on. Partway through the week, I actually pulled out Flea Market flowers because I ran out of a thread on my focus piece, and the way that their back stitching and straight stitching instructions are, I didn't want to go out of order. I wanted to make sure it was all in order because they're sometimes layered, and so I waited a day or two before I was able to get to the store and get another skein of DMC. So I pulled this out in the meantime, and so I worked on this a little bit, and this week we'll see this be my focus piece for the week, which is super exciting. There is a possibility it might get done this week. So this is Flea Market Flowers, 25 count vintage cloth in the color Barley, 1/1 full cross. Almost done with my August, the little block I had earmarked for August, along with like the stems are all done now. I have a little bit of this pink I put in that was also that center. So whatever I have on my needle, I go ahead and do other places to use up the string. And yeah, so that's that one. I will hopefully put a good amount of work on this one this week. That would be amazing to get it done. I don't know if that's possible, how long it will take, but that'd be great. So my main project I worked on was Flowers Within a Flower, which I was working on last week as well, and finally got this finished this morning. So I had just a little bit more finishing details. I had a little bit more French knots, some pin stitches, some couching, and some beads, which when you say it all like that, it sounds like a lot. I'm like, there's just a little bit of each, so it shouldn't take that long. It took longer than I expected, so here I am rushing to get this video filmed, but it is done. So I'm so excited. Let me present to you my finished piece. So here is this one. I'll do the before picture of where it was last week, And you can see there are some beads in there. There's some French knots. There's these little stems are couched. There's a lot of back stitching and straight stitches, some pin stitches like in these flowers here that are just tiny little quarter stitches over top of the other stitches. Yeah, so it actually looks really cool. I'm also going to put a before picture of where I was at the beginning of this month, just show what I was working on in the last couple weeks. And then I think I will show a before and after here of before backstitching and after backstitching, which are behind the camera shots that I'm going to have up on Instagram, because it's just really cool how much they added on the finishing details. So, and also I'm going to put, after I get home like this afternoon, I'll film a behind the scenes, behind the camera shot video of the details of this piece, so that you can see it a little bit better close up, because this angle of the camera where I can see what I'm doing is a little bit less able to focus. So I will insert that video here. All right, here we are. This is Flowers Within a Flower by Janelle Marie Designs, I think. I got it in the Just Cross Stitch July, August 2019, I think. Yeah, so here's a close-up of the stitches and the extra bits. Since there's so much going on in here, I thought I would show you a better view than what you could just see on my Flosstube. There's a bunch of French knots through here. There's these ones in these dark yellow flowers are actually a blended French knot, which is cool. I don't think I've ever done that before. There's like orange and really dark brown blended together to make those French knots. Then you have straight stitches, pin stitches. There's some pin stitches in these as well. This is couching. It was called for pearl cotton, which I didn't have. I'm just stitching this from stash. Most of it's DMC, so I just went ahead and did 3 strands of DMC, couched with 1 strand of DMC. These are beads that were called for. I just happened to have them, which is amazing. They're a little more yellow than I expected, as are these flowers. They're a little more pale yellow. I thought they were white, so they blend nicely. There's straight stitching. There's a lot of back stitch in here. All these little, like, underneath here is like a bunch of back stitched vines and things and greenery, so that's really cool. These stems, the stamens on these, there's like back stitches underneath that are dark and a straight stitch over top. So that's why it was important to do things in order, because some things were layered. There's like some straight stitched stems here. There's a French knot in these flowers as well. So yeah, just so much going on. The instructions were not super clear in parts. The little details at the end were actually easier to do than the cross stitching itself. But yeah, I'm really happy it's done. It turned out well. It's 32 count natural or lamb's wool or something, linen, I think. So I think it turned out really great. And I hope you enjoyed that. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's super fun. I mean, there were definitely times where it was frustrating. There's probably still some stitches that maybe are 1/4 when they should have been 3/4 or whatnot, just because the instructions were not very clear. But overall, I'm happy with it and I'm done. This one could be like a front of a project bag, but because it's got beads on it, so that might not actually be the best choice. This morning I was thinking it could make a good hoop finish since it is perfectly round, and especially when the beads have been added, it really shows off the roundness of it. So yeah, this could be a fun one to have in a hoop and just hang up somewhere. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll show you whenever, if ever, I finish that one. I'll definitely come back and show you what that looks like. So if I finish Flea Market Flowers this week, I forgot to bring my cover picture, but I'll show this. This will be my focus piece after that. So this is Teresa Winsler's Dragon Ride that I'm gonna do for my son. This will not get finished in the month of August, but I want to give it some more attention than just 1 day per month. So ideally I could finish flea market flowers this week or maybe early next week, and then let's see what August looks like. Where are we? Yeah, so I'll still have like a week and a half, at least, maybe 2 weeks, to put some good effort into this. I'm really, really excited about that. Yeah, so hopefully I may or may not get to this coming week, but that'd be cool. I think that's everything. Flowers within a flower, butterfly rose cross, Ethan elephant. Yeah, so not a whole lot of variety right now, but it is fun to get stuff done. So I'm hopefully I'll have another finish for you next week, and a fully finish as well next week. And I have another secret stitch I might be starting as well. So I'll share that when that's done and gifted, because that person I think watches my channel. So yeah, I'm excited about my stitching. I hope you are too. Enjoy your August, whatever that means for you, and happy stitching. Bye.